welcome back everyone to a drawing video. So today, drawing Kenpachi from Bleach. So I know Bleach probably isn't as popular as something like Dragon Ball. It's still one of the most popular, mangas slash animes of all time, but a bit different to what we're usually drawing here on the channel. But I've really gotten into it recently. I'm almost finished the original series. I'm just trying to catch up to watch 1000 Year Blood War because I've seen a lot of hype around that and made me want to get into it. Because I think I was around like episode 100 last year. I said last year, but I mean 2021. And then I stopped watching for a bit. I was only as I said, 100 episodes in. I enjoyed Soul Society a lot, and then the in between the Hecomundo arc and Soul Society, I don't really know what to call it, but I don't know, it's just getting a bit stale for me, so I took a break from it. But I've gone back into it, and Kenpachi, which we're drawing here today, has to be one of my favourite characters. He's just so sick how he just doesn't even use the power system that is in place. He just does what he wants, and I think that's such a cool idea for a character, and his design is also really sick. So I thought I would actually just do a sketch originally, and then I turned it into sort of a 3-piece piece where I have different angles and attitudes being showcased from him, with a big silhouette in the middle. Then I actually styled them all differently in terms of coloring. So the middle big I don't know, full body shot, which you see on the screen right now, that will be in the manga sort of style. And then in the top left, I'm doing sort of an anime render, and then on the right, it is sort of more illustrative. And then I also have a painting as the background on the bottom, so all different styles. I don't know why, but I thought it worked well with just the theme that was I was trying to showcase with the different colors and everything going on. I wasn't planning to do that, but it just sort of developed that way, and I'm happy with that I went in that direction, I guess. So as you can see, I do have a bunch of folds and stuff in the clothing, but because I end up doing him in that sort of manga aesthetic of the black and white, I decided to get rid of all that stuff. So it was just really a waste of time for me. And then I also changed his left arm to be in front of his body, and you can just see he's sort of holding his neck. You can just the outline of the fingers on the top left of the piece right now, as you can see near his head. And then the hand, I'm really proud of how that turned out. Did a lot of lines for shading. It's my first time actually sort of manga shading at all, so if it isn't the best, especially in the bottom area, forgive me, but I haven't tried it out until now. As you can see, I'm just finishing off. I kept saying as you can see, I don't know why, but I'm just finishing off all the shading, and I think this took me the longest out of all the elements of the piece, just because I was so unfamiliar with what I was doing and where I was going to take it, because I haven't done it before. And then this is probably my most familiar sort of I don't know, way of colouring and shading and stuff in this piece up here. I did use a little bit of lines just because I really actually enjoyed doing that from the manga piece, and I was like, let me just sort of follow through with that lines and the shading. So instead of doing two tones, I just used lines to represent the darker side of the shadows, in addition to just normal shadows in the less dark areas. And then I also did put some environmental lighting and stuff on him right now. It goes by pretty fast because it only took me a few seconds, but in the end you'll be able to see how it looked after being finished and all the effects and rendering happening. You can see I'm just constantly looking at the other layers to sort of get references to how I drew the character, because it's not an exact one-for-one drawing or a representation of the character, but it's pretty close. And as you can see on the right side, I actually went for a more blue color scheme with a cooler lighting and cooler shadows. And then in the warmer side at the top, I used sunlight as the light source, and then I sort of had for the right side, sorry, I had to clear my throat. On the right side, I sort of made it this smoky, nighttime, dusk, not dusk probably, just a moonlight, I guess, for the lighting, with some fog to sort of set a bit of a tone as a bit of a more darker, colder scene. And then I did the painting, and here's the final result. that's the final piece. As you can see, all three primary colours are definitely present in the piece. The yellow in the bottom left, blue on the right, and then red in the top left. I don't know, I just really like how it sort of has all these different elements, but also is sort of cohesive, and that like the black and white really stand apart from the rest of the piece. So it's like, it's almost like you look at him and then you look at the rest of the background afterwards. It's sort of like almost different aspects of himself, but the middle part is like the main centerpiece of the work. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and catch you guys in the next one. See ya.